Here's something I saw on a website. Dogs fill a hole in your heart you didn't know you had. I found that so beautiful. Being a dog lover myself, I know exactly what that means. No prizes for guessing what today's episode is about. Today, we dive deep into the heart of resilience and unconditional love, exploring the transformative journey of rescue animals, particularly dogs and cats. Their remarkable ability to offer boundless affection despite facing adversity sheds light on the profound and healing bond between humans and animals. Here we are today with Jennifer Angelucci, the president, CEO, and director of the nonprofit Paws Crossed Animal Rescue. Jennifer, welcome to Chazupa Talks.
Thank you so much for having me.
Jennifer, tell us, how did you start this rescue operation? And obviously, there has been a first animal that you rescued, and how that influenced your journey so far.
So how we got started is a little bit of a long story, so I think I'll try and summarize it here for you. All of the founders of Paws Crossed at one time or another worked for an animal rescue that was at the current location we're in now. And at the time, I started as an intern and moved up to be shelter manager at the former animal rescue. And at that time, they announced that they were going to be closing down and assuming operations in Middletown, New York, so about an hour and a half away. And, the community was understandably upset about this announcement. There had been an animal rescue here since the 1930s, a true no-kill. And so I took the staff and the volunteers and we formed Paws Crossed. And we went to the town and found a deed restriction on the property stating that it had to remain an animal rescue so that it couldn't be sold commercially, which was the plan. And at that time, we started in a 10-month battle to take over the property and bring the dogs home that had been living here for most of their lives. So after that 10 months, the former animal rescue transferred the property to the town, and the town decided that we were the best organization to take over, and we assumed possession of the property and the building and started rescuing right away.
Wonderful. So you were the savior, so to say, in the literal sense. Right.
It took a big community effort to do it.
Right. Nothing comes without teamwork. So how many animals do you have on a daily basis? How many do you have currently? Do they come in a traumatic state? Tell us more about your everyday.
So most of our dogs come from high kill shelters, and that can be from in our local community, from down south where it's much, much worse for companion animals. So we rescue from anywhere that they need to be rescued from, but we mainly are in place to pull from high kill shelters. So when they come into us, they're not coming from what most people think for animal rescue, that they're all abandoned, all abused. We're getting perfectly healthy dogs, perfectly friendly dogs, but we are also getting those that need a little bit extra love and attention. So a big thing that happens in animal rescue is that people are moving, people are allergic, they just can't take care of the pet anymore. So that's the majority of cases of why we get a pet in. And once they get here, we rehabilitate them, get them all of their needed medical care, and put them up for adoption.
Right. And when you say adoption, do you have families or people visiting almost every day to come and pick up a dog? And what's the criteria? I don't know how the process is. You go there, you like a dog, and the dog also likes you, and then that's how it goes? Or you match the dog with the family?
So it's a little bit of both. We have a questionnaire online that just asks a few brief questions, but we really focus on the conversation-based approach. So in-person conversations with the families to find out what type of things they want to do with their new pet, what kind of lifestyle they have. And then we pair that with the knowledge that we have about each individual pet. And, sometimes somebody thinks that this dog is going to be perfect for them, but we know that this dog is way too high energy for them or way too low energy for their lifestyle. So we'll kind of talk to them about why we think it might not be a good fit and point them in a direction and, give them some ideas of what might be a good fit. And the same goes for cats too. We try and do our best to make sure that our pets are living or matching their lifestyle and that to prepare the family as best as we can.
Right. And is there any particular story of a particular dog or a cat that comes to mind instantly, as this was a difficult situation, but now, the dog or the cat has found a forever home and is very, very happy. Very unlike
Yes, we have. Yeah, so we have a lot of stories that come to mind, but the most recent one, and it was profound for me, was a dog named Snow who we rescued from our partners in North Carolina. She was found in a blizzard outside, and she had a rope tied around her neck with two weights on either end, and it was slowly suffocating her, and it was inches deep into her neck and on the verge of suffocation. And they also noticed when they found her that she was very pregnant, about to give birth. So they called us up.
Oh.
It wasn't during our regular transport time. They asked us if we could urgently take her right away. And we said yes. And a private plane pilot offered to fly her to us directly. So she came up on the flight, and then within 24 hours, she gave birth. And I, sat with her the whole time she was delivering because she was having a little bit of trouble. She was clearly a first-time mom. And she had 11 beautiful babies, and all of them found their forever homes, and she also found a fantastic home. So, giving her that second chance where, if she had been out there maybe even one more day, she wouldn't have survived.
She wouldn't have. Bless you. I don't know. I can't imagine the way people would leave a dog the way you described. It's terrible. Let's take a break to understand what Chizuba is. Everyone at some point ponders on how this beautiful life can be made more meaningful. Maybe you're a leader trying to enhance your employees' experience at your organization. Or you already work for the community and seek volunteers with state-of-the-art skills to strengthen your nonprofit. Whatever your situation, know that you can make a difference. Chizuba began with this very vision, a vision to facilitate every skill and every passion in the world in meeting a social need. Corporate volunteering has several benefits for both businesses and organizations. In parallel, experienced and enthusiastic volunteers join NGO workers, enabling them to serve the community more effectively. Chizuba offers everyone looking to add purpose and meaning to their lives a chance to connect or volunteer virtually with nonprofit organizations from over 100 countries around the world. Visit www.chizuba.net and explore opportunities to find meaning. Chizuba, your platform to do good. And now, back with our guest. So, when we talk about rescue animals, right, what are the misconceptions people have about them? And would you like to dispel them here on this podcast?
Yeah, definitely. So the biggest one that comes to mind is that every rescue animal has a troubled past. A lot of people think that their cats or dogs are here because they have some kind of behavior problem, that they're abused or come from bad backgrounds. And I really want to stress that that is not at all the case. There are, of course, those cases, and we have those, and we're always upfront with telling all of our adopters what we know about their past. But the majority of the time, I would say, close to 95% of the time, maybe even higher than that, they are perfectly healthy, perfectly friendly dogs and cats that just found themselves in an unfortunate circumstance where their owners no longer wanted them or could no longer care for them. So the biggest thing would be to just give them a chance, come in, meet them, and see for yourself.
Right. Any particular characteristic that you remember of any dogs? Of course, you mentioned that they come from traumatic backgrounds, or they come with a little bit of a story behind them. So, anything that you remember in terms of the animal showing unusual behavior? other than being traumatized? Like they
No,
instantly connected with you or the staff?
oh, there's definitely a lot of instances of that. And, when we do get those dogs that are from traumatic past, so we do rescue a lot from the South. So unfortunately, we see some dogs that have been shot or they have BBs in them. And it's amazing to me to see these dogs who have been through such terrible things to have such a wonderful personality towards people and to be so loving and so forgiving. And it really teaches you a lot about resilience and, how we could definitely emanate some of their behaviors and be all the better for it.
Right. I'm also curious to know when you have so many of them, how do you name them? I know snow because you mentioned blizzard and snow. So uh,
I was
are you
actually
falling
wrong.
short
Her
of
name was
names?
Winter. I just realized her name
Winter.
was Winter. So we named
Okay.
all of her babies after. So like we had a squall, blizzard. We had all her babies were snow names, and we actually have a spreadsheet of names. Anytime we think of something funny or relevant, we put it in a spreadsheet. So we like to be creative. Like we had a potato litter, and we had a pizza toppings litter, and with every adoption, we gave them a gift certificate to go get a slice of pizza. And right now we have a litter or after the Red Rising book series. It's one of my favorite series. So we named all the puppies after the characters in the series, and with each adoption, you get
That's
one of the
so
books as
cute.
well. Yeah, so we just
Awesome.
try and get
Awesome.
creative. Sometimes they're really weird, but it works.
Yeah. And do they retain the names?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no, but they don't really associate names with personalities like we do, so it's not a big deal if you change them after adoption.
Right. So uh, lastly, tell us, how can people support your rescue center? What kind of volunteer help do you require? Of course, money is always welcome,
Mhm.
but apart from that, what kind of help do you require?
So probably I could speak for most of the animal rescues across the country that the biggest need right now is fostering, but donating, fostering, volunteering, spreading awareness is always crucially important to the work that we do. And, our volunteers are the backbone of the organization. They help with so many things on a daily basis, from socializing the cats, walking the dogs, to helping with events and fundraising. And we really couldn't do what we do without their help. So even if you can only do an hour a week or an hour a month, that time is very valuable and will go a long way for animal rescues.
Right. I would think, before adopting or before thinking of going and getting a pet for oneself, everybody should go and volunteer at a rescue center for some time to see whether they are able to match that energy, whether they're able to match the kind of requirements they have. So that brings me to a question of whether you do trainings for people about, do you really want to have a pet? Because most people end up buying a pet. Sometimes I feel, I mean, in my circle of friends, it's more of an impulse. The kid is small, the kid loves dogs, and they get the dog, and then after some years they realize that, oh no, this, I can't match that energy. So do you do training sessions like that?
So that's mostly in our conversations that happen while they're still looking. And that's where we'll kind of interject how we're feeling about the match, whether it's a good match or not. And then after adoption, something we focus on is, and we try to, teach people while they're adopting, is the 3-3-3 rule. So letting them know that the dog or cat will take 3 days to adjust to your home, 3 weeks, and then 3 months to adjust to your lifestyle. So it's really important to give your dog that 3 month time span, or cat, to really adjust to you, your lifestyle, and your home before that they're truly acclimated to your space. And sometimes it can take much longer than that. But in addition to that, we also offer, with one of our partners, we offer a free training session. So I believe they do a week free, and that's through a Good Pup. And it's been a fantastic program, and we urge everybody to take advantage of it because it is a free resource. And our behavior specialists are always available, and our whole entire team is always available for the life of the pet. If you adopt and you have trouble 10 years from now, we're going to be here to support you in that as well.
Oh, that's amazing. That is really amazing. And you have the vets, you have the trainers, and everybody is working voluntarily for you, or do you need to pay them?
No, we have paid employees, so we're a staff of about 15, and we for our veterinary care we have many great partners in our community that we utilize, and we're hoping to add a vet to our team very soon.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Jennifer, for talking to us and helping us understand how this rescue system works. And before buying an exotic breed, I would say people should always go to a rescue center and find out whether any animal needs rescuing and adoption, rather than investing in expensive breeds that eventually do come from a lot of inbreeding. Also, is what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So, right. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you so much for helping shed a light on our cause.